looks to me that he's wearing lipstick. I know that's not what he was trying to do, but I was like, no, not so much. Hey, yo, hey, what's up? It's RoySFord and back for yet another video. Welcome to the YouTube channel, RoySFord. I'm so glad you're here. Real quickly, these cool shirts, I have them available for you. Go to RoySFord.com/shop. You can actually scroll through it right there on your smartphone. Check out all of the things as well as pick up some things that are really good for you for the summer. You can go and enjoy all of that at RoySFord.com/shop where you can get your encouragement on. Let's do it. Okay, in the last video, I talked about getting inspiration. This video, I'm actually going to talk to you about how I had Fiverr freelance artists draw one of my original characters. The construction of this character for Luthor has been something that's been going on for many years. As you can see here, me and my brother, we played Lego. I mentioned in the previous video that all of this was inspired by us playing, you know, these little Lego games, almost like role-playing in Lego. Now for Luthor, many of the drawings that I started early on were all of him as a dark-haired, kind of medium height guy, you know, average height guy, somewhere between 5'10", 5'11". Fast forward to this past year where I sat down and said, you know, let's rethink him. Let's rethink what Luthor would look like. And I was inspired by Jonathan, which is a guy I actually did a video shoot with. And I thought to myself, what is the best way to kind of make this guy a kind of a leading heroic villain type guy look? But the first thing I had to do was kind of write out a description for him. So I did a character description. As you can see here, it was the original character. I drew him out. Luthor, adult male. Michael Luthor is his full name. He's a jet pilot that's a thief. I went on to develop a Pinterest board, which I'm going to show you right now. And look at this assortment of characters that came up. Yeah, so the first one that came up was this guy here. I said, I got that look, kind of how he's looking out of the side of his eye. Turns out this is a real human being who goes by the name of Alessandro. Or Al, I guess is what his real name is. Came up on Pinterest along with a couple of other guys who had kind of the same look. A gentleman by the name of Chase Coleman, which you guys probably remember him from either Buffy the Vampire Slayer or some other TV show. And then a guy by the name of Rurik, who was on Dancing in Germany or something. So those first three guys really kind of had the look for Luthor. And all of them now I kind of follow on Instagram just so I have the idea, but that was kind of the look I was looking for Luthor when I was pulling him up. I even threw in some clothing references, hair references. So there's the description, there's the character photo references. Let's see what these artists do. Starting with the first artist. Let's get the first one out of the way. Ishira Roy. I guess that's how you say that. That's how you say his name. Came across his photo, came across his profile because of this photo right here. I kind of like that. It told me, okay, he can kind of do the character sheet that I'm looking for with a couple of descriptions, a couple of different outfits, so forth and so on. It may be a little anime, not so much American 80s, 90s, and so forth, but maybe. The next artist was EJ Daffodil or EJ Fadil. I don't know. I saw the art and I was like, okay, this looks actually pretty cool. I like all the different costumes. It may be a little bit more anime than what I'm used to, but all the different costumes, all the different looks, you know, you can't complain with a guy with a bunch of guns, right? And a guy with a sword, okay? Next artist was Chachino, which, oh my gosh, look at all the detail and all the clothing. Can you just start? Okay, hello. This job is a really good. This gig right here by Chach is so cool. I saw the art, I was like, okay, possibility. Even just the line art was good. And lastly, Raffaello Sales. Now, his gig actually looks a lot like the classic 90s comic book work that I'm used to working with when I was a kid and what I was inspired for and kind of what I'm looking for. But he had full character concept sheets, full character breakdown for the concept art. And I looked at it, I said, oh, wow, this looks a lot like, you know, either Young Justice with the Teen Titans, as well as even some of the stuff now, it looks like Invincible stuff. So I'm looking at the characters and I'm like, whoa, that looks actually pretty cool, you know? So I submitted the art, I got it all together, and I gave them all the details. Obviously, I gave them the description, I gave them this complete Pinterest, I even added more photos to it. I gave them this complete Pinterest look for the character, as well as the character description. I gave them that as well, so they could kind of tell the body type, you know, hair, clothing, accessories, and everything to kind of make them think, okay, here's kind of what Luthor is supposed to look like. Within a few days, I actually started getting work back from these artists after I submit them and kind of got things going over on Fiverr. First one up, let's do Issa Roy. He first turned in a sketch, which I was like, okay, cool. It kind of gives me an idea. Then immediately right after that, he sent me the line art, which I was like, oh, that's cool. I see the detail. One, you scored on getting the hair long, shoulder length. Then he went on to shade and color him. Two, very cool. All for just under 40 bucks. So I was not complaining about this look. It was a good look. It definitely didn't catch like the narrow waist thing that I was looking for. But this was really good. This was a great start. The next artist actually was EJ Adaptil. Well, anyway, you know who it is. He sent me this. So he got the huge shoulders, he got the jacket, he got the high collar, he got the boots, as well as the gun holster on the hip. Fantastic sketch, followed up by him shading and getting the kind of the shading of the colors in for the line art. I thought it was really good. As I pushed in, though, I was not that happy about probably one thing, and I'll show it to you. And that one thing I'm not that happy about is his lips. It looks to me that he's wearing lipstick. I know that's not what he was trying to do, but I was like, no, not so much. But the rest of everything, very, very good. The next artist was Chachino. Now, this look right here is so cool. He looks a little young, and he's much leaner than what I was thinking. So I had him go back and kind of do a couple of changes, shorten the jacket, that sort of thing. And this is what he sent back. Phenomenal look. Loved it. Loved everything he did here. Made the shoulders wider. He made him just a little bit more bulkier. Everything about this. But he still, to me, looked young. Even though he tried to age him up a little bit by the cheeks. You see what he did with the cheeks there? Yeah, he tried to age him up a little bit. But still, to me, looked a little young. Then Raffaello came in with this sketch right here. Look at this sketch. Okay, so not only do we have the full body outfit with the broad shoulders, narrow waist, athletic stance, looking like a superhero. But he also gave me two options on the hair, where in the details of the description it says Luthor, when working on his jet in the landing bay, tends to tie his hair back, which shows me that Raphael read the description, which is great. The very next thing I get is this. Fully colored, fully rendered, all of the great stuff that makes a comic book a comic book. There you go, Raphael. I stood there like this as I was trying to, put this artwork into my brain. I was just, even when you zoom in, you see all the detail still there. It still looks like a comic book to me. It's fantastic. You're like, okay. Great detail. Even in the zipper, there's these piping things coming through. You can see where he can put his hands in his pockets. In the jacket has a lot of detail. Even the gun, the holster, all the detail there. And he kept it simple throughout, And then some of these facial looks here. You got the pin back hair, and even here, this glance out of the eye, which is a reference to the Pinterest look, which is this look right here. It's almost like he saw this and was like, I'm going to copy that exact look, and he brought it back in the preview. I was blown away. I was literally blown away by just how well this was done. And I thought to myself, oh my, that's it. That's Luthor. That's the character I wanted. Reminiscent of the 90s drawing era back when I collected comic books. And he wasn't even the most expensive. I got his for under $55. And from then on, I've been kind of following all of these guys on Instagram, got them all on social media. I've been following them and their work and loving all of the work that they do. I think now it's okay to say you can find a really talented artist on Fiverr. Yes, it doesn't mean that you have to pay a whole lot in order to get the work done, but you do kind of get what you pay for. Anyway, thanks to all the great artists who helped put that together. For the inspiration video on the Luthor character, which you see here, go back and look at this video that I shot earlier about how Lego inspired me to create. I'll put it right here, leave a link for you so you can go check that out. And guys, thank you so much, and I will talk to you next time.